Yep.
or take a
That's what
look
I'm doing.
on Roll20, where I've made an entire character sheet that I.
So it would be survival.
For.
You're trapping.
Okay.
Yeah, you managed to set up. So before I don't know if I'd even said how many. Did I say how many you set up before?
8. 7 of them were ripped down by whatever these slithering critters are.
It was 8. Okay. Yeah, you're able to set up 7 this time. In decent spots. It's not so much about materials; it's about finding a place where they'll be effective.
Yeah.
And I assume after that, like, are you guys starting a fire?
What's up?
Are you guys starting a fire for the night?
If they haven't set one up already after I get the traps.
I'm asking everyone, like, is anyone setting up a fire?
The llamas keep me warm. I'm good.
He's cuddling up to your
Fire.
llama, Cyrus. So no, there's no fire set up when you get back from setting up the traps. But everyone has laid down, apparently. They actually probably don't need it. Grizz and the llama. You might need it, though.
I mean,
And there's also the psychological effect on predators and you guys of fire. Arthur, are you setting up a fire when you get back, or are you just sitting down?
Yeah. As soon as I get back, I would set up a fire and set next to the campfire until it's the end of my shift.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to get that taken care of pretty easily.
I'd also get my tent set up.
Are you in the tent? Or are you out of the tent while you're on watch?
I would be outside of the tent on watch. I wouldn't be very good inside the tent at keeping watch, now would I?
Okay. So, I want you to go ahead and make a,
Macarena.
Hmm?
Nothing.
I want you to make a, You don't even need to make a perception test. You go out and, set up those traps and come back and set up a fire. And once the fire's up and your eyes adjust to the lighting, you can see something that's pretty small. Just like the light hits it in a very strange way. It kind of looks like a shield, but it's walking and it has multiple legs.
I'm back. What I missed.
Shields don't walk, so I'm going to go ahead and prepare my bow.
Okay.
Is it? Hold on. Time out for a 2nd. Is
Mhm.
it still first watch?
Yes.
It's
Okay.
the end of the first watch. Yeah.
Okay, so I didn't miss anything then. Cool.
Well, it's not the end, actually.
That
It's the
doesn't
middle of the
matter.
first
It's
watch.
like we're not at morning, so I didn't miss anything.
Yeah,
Continue,
that's correct.
please.
So you draw your bow. It doesn't seem to really be aware of your presence, but it's definitely walking in the direction of the fire.
Can this is something I didn't think of before. Since Grizz is an animal and animals tend to be like lighter sleepers, can Grizz hear what's going on? Or is it too quiet for like
Unless a loud noise happens, for the sake of simplicity, people who are asleep will tend to stay asleep.
okay. Just checking.
Just because you can't will yourself to wake up.
And it's coming towards the campfire.
Yeah. Like it isn't running, it's just kind of walking along. It is fast.
Are
And
Can I back away from the campfire and try to hide behind a tree?
yeah, you have time for that. It's maybe 100 feet away, maybe 150.
I'm going to back up away from the campfire and get behind a tree from it and try to observe it.
Okay. As you do that, it doesn't change its behavior, but you realize how fast it's moving. Because after you get into position and you're behind the tree and everything, it's only about 50 feet away from the what do you call it? Fuck.
Campfire?
Yeah. And now that the light is like it's closer to the light, you can see that it has multiple legs, and these legs are like spindly, long splinters of wood. It looks like.
Knowledge requires training, right? That's not
Yes,
something.
it does.
Fuck. Can I use survival to see if it looks like a predator of any kind?
Sure. This is not a predator. In fact, if this is an animal you've never heard of or seen anything like it in all your days.
Okay, I've still got
This
my
is something
bow.
unnatural.
I've still got my bow, and I am.
And after doing
Observing.
that, it actually enters camp because of how quickly it's moving, and it basically now this is a time when anyone could wake up, but it's still going to do what it's doing. It comes in and basically trounces through the fire, and like starts slamming. What you can now see is essentially a walking shield, but it has stuff behind it that's latched on to this shield, and it's pounding its shield down into the ground.
So
Shield's made of wood, and
he's making a loud enough noise that a reasonable...
yeah, anyone who wants to wake up now can be awake.
Okay, because of this loud... Hold on.
What are you cooking?
I'm cooking dinner. So because of this, I wake up, but like, since I've been out around predators, I like spring up and I'm like at the ready looking at him, and so is Grizz. Like Grizz is in a pounce position.
Yeah, and it's not a predator, as I said.
Yeah, but I don't know that.
Well, no, you can see it quite clearly. This is something very unnatural. It's holding a shield, and it's a tangle of woodwork and...
It is in nature.
I don't want to say gears, because it's not gears.
It is in the forest, and I have not seen it before. As far as I'm concerned, it's a threat.
Right. I'm just letting you know, like, it doesn't look like an animal.
Okay.
It honestly looks like a bramble, or like the scrap from a carpenter's shop was just smashed together, and like a whole bunch of things are being used as legs that don't look naturally like legs, and are basically supporting itself all over. Yeah.
Can I do a knowledge check to see if I know what that is? I'm guessing Arcana. If it's a column or something.
That might work. Give me just a second. Yeah. Roll knowledge Arcana.
Okay.
God, mate.
1 second.
Do I know?
Food.
What?
Yeah. You're quite familiar with, like, you don't know how it got here or why it's in the forest or why it's trying to stamp out your fire, but with the shield that it's holding, but this is something that a wizard would have made. It's an animated construct of an item sort of thing. Usually created by wizards or other magical people to serve a task.
Was it smashing its shield down into where the fire used to be, or just the ground in general?
Where the fire is.
Well, after a little bit of
And you said that you get upright. That was Therazar. So Therazar, Grizz, and Arthur, roll initiative.
Okay, now did I miss something important?
Also, not George, but Cyrus, roll initiative.
There is our roll initiative.
Roger.
Did I roll the second die?
5, 5.
Okay, okay. So Arthur, you saw it. Hold on. There we go. You saw it coming this way, from this way. There.
Okay, I obviously would have backed this way and used this tree for cover to keep an eye on it.
And it came like this. Oh, shit. You actually saw it much farther off. In fact, it's probably worth mentioning. It was actually about there. Oops.
Wait, where?
And
for fuck's sake.
It went
Somebody
from
else
here to
was-
here really quickly and started pounding the fire.
Okay, I hid behind that. Where? Why is my character
You
moving
hid behind
now?
that tree. Okay.
Yeah. Well,
Because you
I
put
would've-
yourself down here, I was confused.
Somebody went and started marking up here, so I'm like, okay, so that's where it came from.
Nope, it came from here. This direction, down here.
Okay.
I was
Alright.
wondering why you were right there, but that's fine. Okay. And it came in, started attacking. He got up and started to be aggressive, being Therazar. And I assume you said Grizz as well, right? Therazar, you already rolled for your initiative, and so did Arthur. So please roll your characters, and I will change them to what they were. Actually, I don't. You don't even have to do that. Did you roll for Grizz?
Did now.
Add turn, and then the rest of you. Corker and Zighare.
What? That's not even close.
Corker.
It's Cocker, dude. I was gonna say, did I really spell it wrong in my intro video?
Whoops.
Zighare.
8. Nope.
Isn't it just Zigray?
There it is.
What's either Zigray or Zyre? Or they can't
Ziggurat.
tell. Ziggurat?
Cyrus goes first.
Oops.
Wait, what?
Did
do I
that
have 22?
backwards. That makes it Cyrus's turn. Cyrus, a shield with lots of spindly wooden legs is attacking the fire. What do you do?
I guess I should do with my crossbow.
Okay.
Sounds like a reasonable thing to do.
Before he does that, there is a.
Are you
can I
keeping
shout
track of
something
how
out?
many bolts you have?
I have 50
Okay.
in my inventory.
Can I say something before he does that, or is it locked in?
It's his turn.
Okay, so I didn't even get a chance to. Okay.
Yeah, no. You can say something after he shoots, but before he says it, he already
Okay.
said he was shooting, so.
You gotta roll the attack. If you can't find the
I
button,
just cannot find it.
just roll a
D20.
d20. Add your dex.
Yeah, just roll a d20 and add your dex and any other bonuses you get for shooting a light crossbow.
So probably another 2 for proficiency.
Wait, you get +2 from proficiency? What? That doesn't sound right.
What do you get from proficiency for a weapon?
The ability to use the weapon and not
Oh.
take a penalty.
Okay.
It's probably just your dex.
I thought that's only how it worked for armor.
Damn.
And then d6 for damage.
Of course, that's assuming you hit, but you did with a 21. In fact, isn't
Do I
19 a
ask
potential
someone?
crit?
No, you got a nat
Yeah.
20 for crit, I thought.
No, it's
am I
not.
just
It's- Different things have different ranges. Look up the light crossbow if you don't have it already.
light crossbow.
Wait, what do you mean range to crit?
So there's a crit range. Some weapons crit on lower than a 20. Or have a chance to crit, rather.
Okay.
Yeah, 19 to 20. Twice the damage.
Now I'm trying to see if constructs can be crit.
Open construct page. Control F. Crit.
That's what I'm doing. Yeah, they can take crits as far as I can see. So roll another d6 or double it, but however we do it is how we all do it. I like rolling more dice.
I agree.
I say double just to make it quicker.
So
The
you
du-
can
The dice rolling is not slowing us down at this point.
So another d6
I think it's ×2, isn't it? Or is it ×4?
times 2.
Yeah, so roll another die. Another d6 it is. So you do 9.
Ooh.
That's a good shot.
You actually shoot a chunk of its legs off, which scramble and try to right themselves and orient themselves, but they quickly become inert after being detached from the rest of the thing, and it wobbles from the impact of your attack.
Yeah, I think that's my turn.
It has a turn now, and it's very mad at you. It's going to move to there. You just shot at it. I'm pretty sure that hits. What's your
Pretty
initiative?
sure.
What's it attacking with?
The shield.
My AC is 17.
17, yeah, that'll still hit.
So let me get this straight. Is this some magical thing that looks like twisted wood carrying the shield? Or is it the shield?
Kind of. Both. Both.
I'm more wondering, can one be parted from the other?
That's a good question. You take 3 damage as it slams the shield into you.
Alright.
And that's its turn. It's Grizz's turn now.
He goes for a melee attack. The +4 is for strength, and then he gets a +2 on chance to hit for swinging at him.
Okay. You do, yeah, he's able to connect. Roll for damage. So you're saying that he was swatting at him?
Yeah.
So he swats at it, and he's able to actually, like, what do you call it? The
Construct?
shield is dangling a little bit off of a bunch of it. He swatted at the part that was holding onto the shield, and it's, for lack of a better word, its grip on the shield seems to have been loosened. Making it your turn.
I roll over and say,
Not your turn.
Not your turn.
"Oh, that was on me." My mouse made my number yellow.
I take a step back and just kind of observe. Ending my turn.
That makes it George's turn, who is still laying down.
Well, I do finally roll over.
So you're sleeping right next to your friend who's getting bashed by a shield.
Mhm. I roll over, look at the fire and everything that's going on, and say, "Can you keep it down? I'm trying to sleep." Roll back over and go back to sleep.
Arthur, it's your turn.
I'm going to use stealth to try to skirt around the tree line and get behind this thing.
Okay. Go ahead and make your move.
Are diagonal movements counted as 10?
No. You just reminded me.
Hex time.
Forgot to do this.
Hey, Sky, did you subtract my HP twice?
I did not. I didn't touch your HP.
Oh, so why is it 2? Should be 5.
Wait, that's where you skirted around to here?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, this is the exact path that I just followed, and I made sure to do a dash movement to get there.
Okay, are you doing anything else?
No.
That makes it Cyrus's turn again.
Okay, so now that he's next to me, I'm gonna bash him with my sword.
So are you dropping your crossbow?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead. Yeah, you're able to hit it, and you basically cut right through the wood, and all of the bits fall inert, and the shield falls to the ground.
I pick up the shield and examine it for magic writing or anything that could explain why is it here.
It's a shield, and it's actually pretty pretty. You can tell that it's made very well.
Yeah, any inscriptions, anything like that?
Nope.
Can I see Arthur right now?
Roll your perception.
That's fair.
Well, does he have to roll perception? or
Actually,
is
you
it
can
just
see him.
passive perception?
He's not trying to hide from you. You can see him.
Okay.
Arthur wants you.
I look at him and like, well, that's new.
So you can add Cyrus to your inventory or your bags or whatever in your character sheet. A masterwork wooden shield.
Is this just an enemy to give us some gear?
A masterwork light wooden shield.
A DM never reveals his secrets.
And it's actually like very like it's even like lacquered and well sealed, and it even kind of looks new-ish. Like it's just in really good condition.
This
So-
dude cut right through it.
He cut through the construct that was holding it,
I'm gonna
which
yell
may or
to-
may not also been part of the shield. But shields are hard to kill unless you're trying to break them.
I'm gonna go ahead and yell to everybody else in the campsite if anybody has any idea if an animated construct like that has to be done from nearby, or if that could have been sent here from a long distance.
I should know that. What's the answer?
You gotta roll to see if you remember it.
I rolled for an arcane thing.
What was your
Arcana.
roll? Your knowledge arcana?
19.
Where was the roll? It was before all of the initiative
Oh
rolls,
wait,
right?
hold on.
Yeah,
Yeah, 19.
19. I should know that.
When did you roll Knowledge Arcana? Wasn't
Uh,
that like forever ago?
No, it was right
No,
before
that
combat
was-
started.
Oh, okay. I was only kinda here, so. Still trying to eat.
So, can it? Is the wizard near? Does the wizard have to be nearby, or is it just a random shield in the woods?
I am working on answering that. I want to make sure I tell you correctly.
Also, what would be AC bonus on this shield? I might use it.
Look up Masterwork Light Shield. Light wooden shield. While I'm getting this information. So the answer to your question, Koleb, is that a construct like this is a very simple arcane spell. And typically when someone who can cast that kind of a spell or read one of those scrolls, which you yourself and George are capable of casting this spell from scrolls, it only lasts for a short time. However, you do know that it's possible to make it a permanent thing. It's a pretty expensive thing to do, and would only be done by much higher tier echelon, like not echelon, that's not the right word, much like very, very powerful wizards, because
Okay.
they would have access to those things. You
Here's a
cannot
question.
tell. There is no way to tell if this was something that was made permanent and has been running around. Also, the range doesn't matter. Once it's given an order, it'll continue to do that until its duration runs out, or forever until it's destroyed if it's permanent.
So if it's permanent, there wouldn't be any inscriptions on it or anything like that.
No, it's not something that's enchanted with that way. It's a spell that you touch it with and cast it with. Like there are some components necessary to cast the spell, but they don't go into it at all. There are some words that need to be spoken and whatnot, but no, there are no inscriptions on the shield that were required to make it do what it was doing, and you have no way of telling if it was permanent or if it was something that would only last a couple hours or what. And there is no range. Like if you could do it, you could enchant something to go and do a thing, and as long as it persisted, it could do it, no matter where it was or how far away that was. Oh, I guess Arthur needs to. Yeah, no, Arthur knows what way it came in from. Guys, I want you guys to always to assume that up is north, unless I say otherwise.
What?
He asked you a question, Arthur.
And I asked him to repeat the question, as I did not hear him the first time I was distracted.
Which direction did it come from?
It came from the south, and I point this way.
It's probably safe to assume that's where the witch is from, then.
Not based on your knowledge. That's the literal opposite direction that the witch is in.
Magical object.
I'm going to use my tracking skills to backtrack where his tracks to where it may have originated.
Okay. Okay.
And Jesus Christ, that's a 31.
So you can see the tracks very clearly. I made a very unnatural and obvious rivets based on the way you saw its legs moving. Like if you weren't looking for it, you wouldn't recognize it as tracks, excuse me. But it's very, very clear and distinct. That stands out. And you follow it for about 200 feet south of your camp.
Stealthily follow it, by the way, so that if I do come across anything, it doesn't see me first.
Okay. So you follow it for about 200 feet, which it's basically been a straight line towards the fire that you guys had created. And your camp. Like, you literally walked away from the fire, and the path didn't deviate at all. Because you know that it came up to the fire, pounded on the fire, and then went and attacked Cirrus, right?
Mm-hmm. I watched that happen.
So, yeah, you follow it basically in a straight line away from the fire for about 200 feet, and then it becomes very sporadic. It starts going off in different directions. It runs in circles a couple times. You're able to see it very clearly. Like, it's almost like you're watching it do it. But before it started heading towards the camp, it was doing all kinds of crazy stuff and starts going in all kinds of weird directions in circles and off to, like, yeah.
It was
like
sporadic.
If you didn't have it to follow, based on how sporadic it's going, you might get lost out here.
Yeah, we got it.
Okay, so I say it's my professional opinion that this is a shield that was designed to prevent forest fire, and I'm going back to sleep.
So Cyrus is going back to sleep.
I roll my eyes, case closed, I guess. Look back at Arthur. What do you think?
Well, Arthur's away from the camp right now, unless you went with him.
Well, I mean, he's right here on the image, so I assume he has returned after discovering this.
Okay.
No.
Okay, so you're over there then. Okay. If you move, let's move our characters a little bit. I know.
Like, I'm going to go ahead and assume that I'm well off the side of this page now, because these tracks probably didn't come from our immediate vicinity.
I just assume when I look
you're
at the
well
map
off the
that we're
page.
where our characters are, so I should probably stop doing that.
Okay. If looking at these sporadic markings, could I possibly formulate a pattern for a search pattern? Was it looking for something? Or
It
do I
doesn't
just
seem like that at all. Like, sometimes, like, you can even see where it's much deeper and it's way more riveted to where it ran in a circle a couple times, like at the same time. Like, it went in a circle 3, 4, 5, and then did other things.
Curious.
I see the direction he walks off. Can I roll, like, a geography to know if there's anything of significance in that direction?
Yeah, go ahead. You're not really familiar with anything in that area. Like, you know that there's more forest, and then the forest will end.
Okay, so, like, I'm pretty sure there's nothing significant there. Not, I don't remember.
No, like, you're not really familiar with it. As far as you know, there's nothing out there.
Okay. Because as far the second part is different than the first part.
I would say that you're unsure of what's out there. That would
okay. All right.
I'm going to continue to stealthily return to the campfire.
Okay, you make it back. You're probably gone for about 30 minutes.
All right.
Okay, so when he returns, then I ask him what he's thinking.
I don't honestly know where it originated or what it was planning on doing, but judging by the fact that it only attacked the fire and not the people that would have clearly been sleeping in tents, I'm not sure its intentions were purely malevolent.
As I said, it's a shield designed to prevent forest fires. Sent automatically. Let's just go back to sleep.
Alright, case closed. We can all go home then.
I'm going to go ahead and finish my watch.
Hey, you can go to bed. I got it.
All right. Then I'll go ahead and turn in my tent over here.
Away from the others.
Okay, this llama's warmer than him.
Since there was an attack, Grizz and I kind of placed ourselves like opposite each other.
Okay. Oh, it's also worth mentioning when it comes to these trees. Nah, it doesn't matter. It might matter in the future. It's fine.
Oh, these trees are actually like layered. Interesting.
Oh my lord.
Yes?
Okie dokie.
It's what the shield said. It was just, oh lordy Jesus, there's a fire.
It did not succeed in stamping the fire out, though.
What a shitty forest fire preventing shield.
I mean,
It's almost like
somebody
it was
shot a
made out of
crossbow.
wood.
I mean, a shield is decent, even in one made out of wood.
You described it as its body was made out of like twisted pieces of wood.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
okay. Shields are also made out of fairly hard wood. That shit does not light on fire easy.
It was a joke, alright?
It's also
Hey, we
lacquered.
We don't need to analyze it.
I'm just saying, like if I had a shield like that and I wanted to put out a fire, it'd be a good tool to do it. Is all I'm saying. However, I'm not saying that its purpose was to put out a shield, at all.
To put out a shield.
Put out a fire.
Put out that shield?
That's just what Cyrus thinks, and he may or may not be right, and we may or may not ever know.
I just wanted to go to bed, so I said the first thing that would make it so.
Okie dokie. What are we doing next? Actually, the night pass is fine for you. Therazar?
What?
The night pass is just fine for you.
Okay.
And the sun starts to come up.
Okay. Is everybody still asleep?
Yep. Yeah, I would assume, unless you guys say otherwise, that it's the person who finishes the watch wakes everyone else up. Unless you're letting them sleep in or whatever.
What is going on?
I'm gonna get up.
Can I
And-
just, like, before that happens, can I just check to see if I see any other wildlife activity?
Yeah, they're birds. Especially as the morning's coming up, you'll see like little rabbits and rodents and stuff. You might even
Okay.
catch a glimpse of those foxes.
Okay. I'm not really concerned with the foxes. I just wanted to see if, like, I'm
Oh,
more...
hold on. Hold on.
Oh goddamn!
Why do you do that every time?
Because you're up to something. It's gonna be out of 7 things.
Those are psychological rolls.
Yeah, that's all it is, right?
I wouldn't be surprised by Sky.
The role of the DM is not necessarily to hurt you, but to make you think that something is going on beyond what you are just describing.
So yeah, the morning is up. You guys can awake now if you want, assuming Therazar doesn't specifically not wake up for you.
I know I'm gonna get up. Now I'm gonna look around for flowers.
I'm preparing. Like I'm.
What are you preparing?
I was gonna say. I'm just kind of meditating. Since I see people getting up, I just take like an hour to meditate.
Right.
Did my
How
wounds
about
heal?
no? Wounds don't heal unless you heal them, or you spend a week healing.
Wait, I thought after a long rest you got your hit points back.
No.
No.
What?
Nope.
That's news.
Not only
to
that,
me.
but this isn't a long rest.
Well, it wouldn't have been for me, but
No, I know, but what I mean is a long rest is like you're resting for an entire day. Like you may not be sleeping, but you're relaxing for an entire day, and then you get a hit point back. But if you're just going to bed, you have the same hit point damage that you had the previous day.
Arthur.
All right, I'm back.
okay.
Okay, we're awake. What are you doing? I know what they're doing.
Fuck. Shit. I'm gonna go ahead and put my fire out the rest of the way out. Make sure that there's no embers or coals to piss off the fire warding golems.
Okay. Anything
And
else? You guys
I'm
heading
gonna
out,
put away my tent, put it back in my inventory, put my bedroll back in my inventory.
Okay. George
I'm
is looking
looking-
for flowers, and Cyrus is doing something else.
Mildly open spot here for anybody else to perform any actions they want before I start running off into the distance.
Okay, so if you had damage, you gain 1 hit point.
no, we were interrupted by that fight.
Okay.
I just looked it up, and for everyone else, I said it to Sky. But on a long rest, which is 8 hours or more, you gain 1 HP per level per night on an uninterrupted 8 hours or more sleep.
Okay, I feed my llama, feed myself.
Mhm.
And then follow the druid or the ranger, whoever takes charge.
Eat
Okay.
one of my rations as well.
Right. George, roll.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and
Save,
pick back up the Slither Trail and follow that.
perception,
Oh.
survival.
Really? I think you're forgetting something.
What am I rolling, Sky?
Survival.
As I started to step out of the campfire. Continue, George, with what you're doing.
Yeah, you find some flowers.
Okay, I'm just gonna tuck them into my belt.
Cool.
Okay. I guess I'm gonna go and check my traps. As I was stepping out of the camp, I remembered my traps and I went to go check them. Ta-da. Aggressive sighing.
I'm thinking. So you check. You had set up 7 traps, and
Yep.
you were able to get them set up fairly well. And as you're checking them, the first couple are empty, and then you actually come across one that has a fox in it. And
Is it
it's
one
alive.
of the foxes that I was looking for?
Yep, it is.
Do we have anyone in the party that can talk to animals?
Hello, hi. Druid here.
I mean, I can, but they won't understand me, and I won't understand them.
Something seems off about this forest and these fancy silver foxes. I'm going to go ahead and let the druid talk to the fox and see if he can extract any information rather than go for a pelt.
I'd like a
1
pelt.
second here.
So I'm going to call Therazar over to my trap with the fox in it.
I don't
then
have Therazar's character sheet. Damn it.
Man, if only it was stored on like some online database that could be brought up at any minute.
20! Amazing!
That's what I'm saying. If only there was this database.
Like, shit. I'm sorry that I copied all of the info from my character sheet to a second character sheet in Roll20 in which you have access to.
Fuck you.
Hold on, I need to find something.
It doesn't look like you have it prepared though.
Got these nuts prepared.
There's our.
That's what my meditation was, to prepare my spell slot, but I'm not sure how that works.
You have to spend an hour preparing spells. Everyone does it differently lore-wise, but you have to spend an hour.
That's what my
and you can't be
meditation is.
interrupted.
That's why I said I'm meditating for an hour. Now, what I need to know is, does that just prepare me to use whichever one of my spells, or do I need to specifically prepare one?
You have to specifically prepare specific spells that you're casting that day.
Okay. Then what?
It might not be true of druids, but I'm pretty sure it is.
I need to look at something real quick. That's what I'm trying to see.
A druid casts divine spells, which are drawn from the druid spellers. Her alignment may restrict her from casting certain spells opposed to her moral or ethical beliefs. A druid must choose and prepare her spells in advance. To prepare or cast a spell, the druid must have a wisdom score of at least 10 plus the spell level.
Yeah.
The difficulty class for the saving throw is 10 plus the spell level plus the wisdom modifier. Like other spellcasters, a druid can cast only a certain number of spells each day. A druid must spend 1 hour a day in a trance-like meditation on the mysteries of nature to regain her daily allotment of spells. A druid may prepare and cast any spell on the druid's list, provided that she can cast spells of that level. Also, you can cast the ones that say CRB. If they say something other than CRB, you need to ask me.
Okay. So I know I can improve its opinion of me without needing anything. I saw it the other day.
I have it right here.
Have what?
The spell, Speak with Animals.
Is that what it is? Speak with animals?
Oopsie. There it is.
But I thought, like...
You can ask questions and receive answers from animals, but the spell doesn't make them any more friendly than normal. Wary and cunning animals are likely to be terse or evasive, while the more stupid ones make
I'm trying to see if, since, like, my domain is woodlands, if that gives me another language. That's what I'm trying to find, because I found it at one point, but I couldn't find it after that.
I'd never heard of it before.
A druid can channel stored spell energy into summoning spells that she hasn't prepared ahead of time. She can lose a prepared spell in order to cast any summon nature's ally spell. That's the spontaneous casting that I'm trying to figure out. I don't know, so apparently I just can't, since it's going to take way too long to figure that. Who's eating in the microphone?
Normally there is not a spell, or a language that can just speak universally with all languages, or with all animals.
No, there's like woodland is a language.
Sure, but that doesn't mean that you can speak to animals.
Yes, but like all woodland creatures can speak woodland.
Yeah, you have a spell for that. Like, I don't know where that language is, and I suspect it's not a core one, and it's one I wouldn't allow because you have a spell for that very purpose.
Oh, you won't allow it because it's too convenient.
Yeah, because it's supposed to be something special you can do, not just a language that anyone can learn.
Okay, carry on.
Okay, so what's happening? You caught a fox.
You've been talking with this whole time. How do you not know what's happening?
No, I know what's
Okay.
happening. I'm wondering what's happening next.
Did we decide if Therazar can talk to it or not?
No.
Well, he is preparing spells right now, so
Well, we've moved. Or at least I've been interrupted.
Fuck it. As I approach the trap, I'm using. God damn it. Fucking wild empathy to improve my initial attitude with the critter. Shut up, don't laugh at me, dick.
isn't that a handle animal roll?
No, wild empathy is its own like diplomacy check to improve the initial attitude of a critter.
Oh,
That's what I was talking about earlier.
One second while I prep the roll. I just need to get everything right.
so yeah, you roll a d20 and add your charisma modifier to it.
Got a 16.
Yeah, you're able to calm it down quite a bit, actually. It's still cowering and like nibbling at its foot, but it seems grateful for your. Like, what exactly are you doing?
I'm going to attempt to be a little bit friendly with it, release it, and preferably track it to see if there's anything curious about it. A silver fox out here in the woods.
I didn't say silver.
Are you sure?
No. But I'm not sure where he got silver from. I just remember saying that he had found a fox, or that he had caught a fox in the trap he was
I
checking.
think you may have slipped once and said silver fox.
Okay. Like, there's no reason it can't be silver. I'm just wondering where you got that from.
So, as I was entering this entire region,
You
in the
came for a
hopes-
specific
in the
fox
hopes to
purpose,
find
yes.
these foxes with silver pelts.
I don't remember saying they were silver, but sure, they're silver pelts.
No, you said silver.
Sure, I don't remember saying it. I'm not saying I didn't.
I think I even added a note. Hold on.
It's not important, I guess.
Type of fox in this region only native to this area, prized silver pelts. Suck
Hmm.
my ass.
Yeah, I don't remember saying silver, but it's fine. They're silver. That's fine. No reason they can't be silver.
Okay.
They're sheeny and shiny. So you let it go.
Yes, I'm gonna
Okay,
try
so
to
it darts
track
off
it
into the
for-
woods.
Track it for a little while.
Okay, go ahead and try to track it. Like, you know the general direction, but I want to see how well you keep up with it. By the way, it's heading in the direction you came from yesterday.
18.
Yeah, you're able to follow it. You don't ever catch up with it though. But you like, how long do you plan on going for? Because
At this point,
Probably.
Go ahead.
Probably a good solid 30 minutes. If there's anything magical about it, or if these creatures are related to anything, they probably would have encountered something. Or I would probably encounter something while following it within about 30 minutes.
this is what you're thinking.
That's what I'm thinking, yes.
You don't.
Okay.
You also don't catch up with it again. It's
Then-
you can tell that it's booking it.
I'm going to go ahead and head back towards camp and check the remainder of my traps. Hoping that
Okay.
my party
Yeah, they're
hasn't left
empty.
me behind.
The other traps are empty.
Okay. And then I guess I'm going to head back towards the camp and see if everybody's still around.
They haven't done anything.
Okay. Then I
So
guess they're
all
still around.
here. Some of them are hanging out. One of them was waiting for someone to say that y'all should go, and George has been picking flowers.
All right. I told them what I
But they're-
did.
yeah.
I attempted to track the creature to see if it had any sort of a connection to anything in this forest. Since they're such an odd fox and this forest seems so odd, I figured there may be a connection Turns out there isn't, and I didn't catch the fox.
Therazar finishes meditating at this point and is like, alright, should we get back to it?
I'm ready to go.
Alrighty.
That's good enough for me.
George whispered me and said that he's AFK right now. He's going to be following you guys.
Okay.
But for all intents and purposes, he's not here. So yeah, you are still able to find the slithering. The tracks are older now even still, but based on how familiar you are with them from what you saw yesterday, you're able to follow them. Let's figure out.
So at this point, we've deviated well off the path to that witch's cabin.
Yeah, well, I mean, there was no path, but you're going.
We're not going that direction.
Yeah, you're going. If she was directly north of you, you're going parallel to it, would be a way to say it.
Are we following the slithering tracks, or are we going to try to head towards the witch's cabin?
You wanted to follow the slithering tracks, so I'm just following you.
Oh, so wait. Yeah, so where are you guys following? I thought you were following the tracks.
We're still following the tracks.
Okay.
So I gotta admit, like the crickets chirping and everything, it's great and all, but because of the exact situation in my room with all these fucking bugs, I actually thought they were in my room and I was getting real mad.
It's worth mentioning they're no longer chirping, so sorry about that. Let's turn this back on.
Just after a couple of seconds, I suddenly realized, wait, that's in roll 20.
I see.
I'm back.
So during the day, the track actually turns north. Like it slowly starts to turn. Like it's not a right angle thing, but you realize after a while you've turned and are starting to head north while following this.
Okay. That's good. That's kind of in the direction where we're supposed to be going, right, guys? Right?
Everyone needs to make a listen check.
Validate me.
You are validated, son.
The sooner I can start coughing this blood up, the happier.
A listen check?
Okay.
Listen check? What's the...
What in the flying ever fuck is...
That's not a
Is it-
pathfinder.
It's a perception check. That is only listen.
I don't know how to
perception?
specify that, so suck
No,
my
it's
dick
fine.
perception check.
Wow. Okay, that's a really bad roll on my part.
How do you think I feel?
You have
Same.
a plus 11 to that?
Yeah.
Holy shit!
So Arthur,
I mean, you only have a +9. Okay.
you can hear in the distance, in the direction that you're going, that there is a whimpering of some animal up ahead, and it sounds familiar.
Okay, I'm gonna hold up my hand and tell everyone else to stop, and I'm gonna try to stealthily go up and see what it is. Shit.
Hold on.
Is anyone else doing anything when he tells you to stop?
Let's sit down.
Yeah, I stop.
I'm gonna hide, too. Just in general.
Is our local might be a fox whisperer able to understand whatever this creature might be whimpering?
It depends on if he's going to let me say that I prepared speak with animals.
I'm fine with that, but from now on, make sure that you specify them every morning. And if you keep them the same, that's fine. But like, you need to have them. Whatever's on your character sheet is what you have prepared.
Yeah, that was just a misunderstanding.
Yeah, and that's fine. I don't want to penalize you because you didn't understand the system or
So
whatever.
I can...
And you've never played this kind of a character, so.
Sort of, yeah. Okay, so we'll say for this sake, yeah, I have it prepared.
Okay, so Arthur and Cyrus are stealthing forward, correct?
Yes.
Anyone else doing anything?
I'm going to stay back. I know I'm not particularly stealthy.
And the rest of you can't hear it. He's the only one who can hear it.
So as I said, I'm just hiding.
Right.
At least
Gotcha.
trying.
Oh, you're just hiding. You're not moving. Gotcha.
Yeah, just hiding.
I misunderstood. So as you head in the direction of the sound, it gets steadily louder, and the trees start to break away, and you can see a large body of water up ahead. And about 20 feet away from where the trees end, and kind of a sandy beach is, there is a, what do you call it? A fox in a snare trap, yipping and biting at its thing, and trying to pull its leg out of a knot tied around it.
A fox?
Mm-hmm. One of the silver foxes, actually.
Okay.
Why are so many silver furries here?
I mean, as far as I could tell, it's not telling me to yiff it, so it might not be a furry yet. Let's calm down. Can I do a perception roll to check the area around the trap?
Oh, it's actually not snared. It's in a pitfall, but you can hear the yipping that you heard this morning. Similar.
That it's still a trap. Can I check the area around it?
Around the trap?
Yes.
Yeah. What are you checking it for? Like, what do you mean the area around it?
Just the
Okay.
vicinity.
Help me visualize this. You said there's a body of water.
Mhm.
Where
Here-
is this trap in relation to it?
Here, I'm actually about to drop, so that there's no
Okay.
confusion.
Doing the best I can to go rapidly. I am sorry.
Who said we need to speed what up?
Just everybody's judgmental stares behind their computers said.
Oh, so no one said anything. You're just feeling self-conscious.
I'm just
Pretty
wondering
much.
why it's taking so long to find some plants.
Some planets.
Yeah, some plants.
If you want to know about the planets, you need to listen to me right now.
No, the plants.
Space.
All
Like
eight
in
of
the
the planets.
ground. Like what the
Space.
druid should be
I'm
finding
doing
for
something right
us.
now. I'm just making noises because it's funny. There we go.
Oh fuck. The acid's kicking in. The walls are fucking melting.
Fuck. And remind me again what you meant by looking around for the stuff in this area.
Need to know what the area looks like.
Okay.